prosecuting Oliva?
Who's first?
Your best bet right outside the door next to
The bill today, how confident are you this will be law here before long?
I'm very confident that the governor will sign it.
How popular do you think this option will be for medical marijuana compared to the other options that are out there?
I think, this is a difficult issue, and I think you're going to have people on both sides. Some that are happy that now this is available to them, and others that feel that we didn't go far enough. It's a difficult subject, but I think under the constraints of what it was, which is to treat marijuana as a medicine, I think we did the best that we could do and still remain responsible.
Speaker, did you feel under the gun at the time of the lawsuit? As far as time?
No, I thought that it was something that we could get done in a timely manner. As you saw, there wasn't much controversy around it. The challenge with the lawsuits was more about the legislature's prerogative and the legislature being able to pass laws to regulate things like medicine in the state.
Would you rather that the governor continue to get fewer?
I think that I would certainly have been interested to hear what would have come of that appeal, and we might still. But I think that, again, the most important thing was that the elected lawmakers of the state would have an opportunity to legislate how this will be governed in our state.
You were in the smoke business all your life, and you've never heard that smoke is good for you. Your personal feelings, did you feel like this was the lesser of two evils to take this route?
I would have to say yes. I mean, I don't know, and we don't have the data. Hopefully, we will in the coming years to show if there truly are benefits to consuming this medicine in this fashion. I personally don't believe that there probably is, and there might be some detrimental effects as a result of that, which is why I had reservations about it, and I still have them now.
So let's pivot to the budget. I heard that incorrectly this morning that their allocations had come out this morning. I've since been told that that's not correct. I've now been told they may come out later tonight or as early as tomorrow. This is just for the member projects. What's the status of that?
We're not in a particular hurry to do it, and we're under no specific deadline this week. So we're trying to go through them in a thoughtful way. As you know, there are many of those projects. And so I don't have any particular expectation of having it done by today.
What early advice have you been giving your subcommittee chairs about managing expectations this year?
Well, I think that we've been very clear about what our principles are in the House, and I think that the committee chairs have properly communicated that, and I think that members understand that we have a major goal of reducing the per capita spending from last year's budget. And outside of that, the spending that we do put into the budget is things that we can justify under our principles.
Speaker Oliva, what would you plan to do with the savings from that budget? We have a cutting back on as you say, with every tax, are you guys looking at tax cuts in, or is it all the reserve?
Well, I mean some of it you reallocate. So we're looking at base student funding. We're looking at the teacher bonus structure and compensation. Those are all things that are important. The governor has made some very ambitious requests with regards to budget and the environment, and so we're looking at that. And of course, having a solid tax break in the budget as well is important. As much of that money as we can return to the taxpayer, the better.
What direction have you given on Visit Florida? What direction have you given on Visit Florida, meeting the $75 million request from the governor?
Well, right now the only direction has been that we need to fund Visit Florida until it expires, and beyond that, we haven't had any intention.
How important is the sanctuary cities legislation in your mind?
Well, I think it's important. It's amazing that we have to state that one should abide by laws, and that elected officials and authorities in municipalities would have to cooperate with law. But if it needs to be said, then I don't have a problem saying it.
How close do you expect to get to that $625 million for the environment?
We're still working on it. I mean, we're trying hard to look at what we feel those priorities, which ones of them are going to have a more immediate impact, and trying to prioritize them. But we're trying our best to get as close as we can get.
What decision have you made about building into this upcoming year's budget any of the money that comes from the Seminole Tribe?
We made no assumptions about that.
Count it, not count it, count it as non-recurring?
Non-recurring.
Have you about whether to allow the Medicare eligibility cut to remain in the budget?
The
The
what?
Medicaid retroactive eligibility cut.
We're still working on that.
What are your thoughts on Galvano's desire to extend the Suncoast Parkway? Do you think that's something that's going to happen?
Look, I think one of the few functions of government is creating infrastructure that allows with economic development, and it benefits all people. So now how we do it, I'm not a big fan of bonding, and so we have to take a look at how it is that we do a project like that, the viability of that project, but I'm very open to having that conversation with President Galvano.
So when you're speaking about the environmental spending, do you think this budget is going to come down to a tug-of-war between spending for Hurricane Michael recovery and spending on the environment?
Well, you know, the budget's a series of tugs of war, and I think that that's what it is going to be. I think we propose our budget, they propose theirs, and then we go back and forth and negotiate. So I don't expect it to be contentious, but I do think that there will be different points on our budgets that we'll have to negotiate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.